So we're on the RunRig 2007?
Yes, and I still consider this my flagship wine, even though we now make the Laird as the single vineyard Shiraz. The RunRig is still the wine that probably in so many ways epitomises so much of what Torbreck's all about. And the reason I say that is the Barossa Valley is a warm, dry area, and so in general, blended wines are better than single vineyard wines, because when the warmer weather, you tend to get more extreme characters, and so the wines can become caricatured. There's always the exception. But if you look at Hermitage, I'm a big fan of, and it's John Louis Charles, a good mate of mine. I loved his wine because it's the 8 different parcels they had blended. Well, this is very much how I see RunRig. RunRig is the 8 oldest Shiraz vineyards I work with. The youngest one is 94 years old. The oldest one's that 163-year-old vineyard that has Shiraz material. These are wonderful things to behold. I mean, they're as ugly as sin, but they're the most beautiful things you've ever seen, all twisted and gnarly and fantastic. Yeah. The average vine age in this is 126 years. The average yield 14 hectolitres a hectare.
You must get so much concentration.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, as you'll see in a minute, they're fantastic, these vineyards. They completely dry grown. They've been there a long time. They're just doing their own thing. The wine spends 2.5 years in really good French oak, about 60% new oak this time. We give a little bit more new oak because it has the fruit tannin that can carry the oak tannin. And literally the day before the wine goes down the bottling line, I add a splash of Viognier. So normally about 3%, so that just gives a nice little aromatic lift. Almost sweetens the tannins, gives it a little bit extra silky texture on the palate. Certainly makes the wine more approachable when it's young, but also gives another dimension to wine to age. As I was saying the descendant previously, that Viognier in there is crucial, and the little bit of Viognier in the RunRig almost gives it its personality, other than just being another beautiful old wine Barossa Valley Shiraz.
Wow. Well, the nose is really, really nice. It's kind of more, to me, it's really concentrated. It's almost like we're drinking, I don't know, a Maroni, to be honest. Like on the nose, it's very concentrated.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, James Halliday was talking about, not this particular vintage, but he was talking about the wine. He was saying it's almost the essence of Barossa Shiraz.
Oh, yeah.
But as you can see, it still has the freshness, it still has the minerality. I get very disappointed, I'm being polite, with some of my compatriots that make those wines that are just too big, too over the top, too oaky, too alcoholic, too syrupy, and this is got a lot of alcohol. But to me, you can have.
But it's so balanced.
Well,
like
you've got to have the fruit. You've got to have everything to wrap around the alcohol. There's nothing wrong with having the alcohol. I would have never thought, But look at the 07s coming out of Chateauneuf du Pape. They're great wines, but you've got to have the flesh and everything wrapping around. Otherwise, the alcohol stands out. But this is quite mild compared to some of my competitors. They're 1-2 degrees of alcohol higher, more oak, America. And to me, the wines are just becoming a little bit like caricatures.
Right.
Some people love them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. It's you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. That's just not what I think is what we should be. Best. I don't think we're putting our best foot forward when they're the wines that we're getting known for.
Well, that's the thing. I think 15% is a bit high, but I think because it's so rich and so kind of concentrated and there's a lot going on there, you don't notice it. That's the interesting thing and the beautiful thing about it.
Absolutely. I make no excuses for it. I mean, we pick the fruit when the tannins are right. Yeah. And in a warmer year, we're going to get a little bit more alcohol. But it's all about structure and balance.
Please click through each of the bottles that you see for an individual tasting note by Dave Powell and myself.